Something is brewing inside the Dallas Cowboys locker room, and it's not what fans expected. Reports of tension, closed-door meetings, and heated conversations are starting to surface, but what's really going on behind the scenes? Is this normal competitive fire, or a deeper issue that could derail the season before it even begins? One insider comment has people connecting dots that don't look good. And if the rumors are true, this isn't just drama, it could impact leadership, chemistry, and everything this team is trying to build. Cowboys Nation, the truth might be bigger than anyone realizes. If you thought the offseason was going to be quiet for the Dallas Cowboys, think again. Because what's happening behind closed doors inside that locker room has people around the league talking. And today we're breaking down what's really going on. The rumors, the tension, the whispers from inside the building, it's all starting to paint a picture that this isn't just another routine offseason in Dallas. This is a pivotal moment for one of the most scrutinized franchises in sports, and the drama might be bigger than anyone expected. Let's start with the leadership dynamic, because whenever things feel unstable in Dallas, it usually begins there. All eyes are once again on Dak Prescott. Dak is the face of the franchise, the highest paid player, and the unquestioned offensive leader. But sources close to the situation say there's growing frustration in certain parts of the locker room about the team's direction and accountability after another season that didn't meet Super Bowl expectations. The Cowboys have talent. They have star power. But when January football rolls around, something keeps going wrong. Some veterans reportedly believe the messaging inside the building hasn't matched the urgency outside of it. After multiple playoff disappointments, including that painful exit that still lingers in fans' minds, there's been quiet debate about whether the team needs a stronger edge, a different tone, or even a shake-up in leadership approach. That doesn't mean players are openly turning on Dak, far from it. He's respected. He's admired. But in a locker room filled with alpha personalities, even subtle tension can grow if results don't follow expectations. Then there's the defensive side of the ball. The Cowboys' defense has been built around aggression and swagger, largely fueled by superstar pass rusher Micah Parsons. Parsons brings energy every single week, but insiders suggest that his vocal leadership style has occasionally clashed with others who prefer a quieter approach. Competitive fire is a good thing until it isn't. And when frustration boils over after tough losses, emotions can spill into team meetings and sideline conversations. What's really fueling the speculation is the contract situation swirling around multiple key players. Whenever big money is involved, locker rooms can get complicated. Players watch who gets paid. They notice how negotiations are handled. They remember promises. And right now, Dallas has several major financial decisions looming. That creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates tension. And tension can lead to divisions, even if they're subtle. Of course, you can't talk about the Cowboys without mentioning owner Jerry Jones. Jerry has always been hands-on. He's always been vocal. But around the league, there's growing chatter about whether the constant spotlight and public commentary add pressure inside the building. When ownership speaks frequently about expectations, timelines, and championship windows, players feel it. Coaches feel it. Everyone feels it. And speaking of coaches, there's also been speculation about the future direction of the coaching staff. After previous playoff disappointments, questions about scheme adjustments and in-game decisions haven't completely disappeared. Even though the organization projects unity publicly, league insiders suggest that not every player is convinced the current approach will get them over the hump. That doesn't mean there's a revolt. But in the NFL, belief is everything. If even a small percentage of the locker room starts doubting the formula, that's when cracks can begin to form. One source described the atmosphere as intense but fragile. That's an interesting phrase. Intense because the Cowboys genuinely believe they're close. Fragile because they've been close before and fallen short. The mental weight of repeated near misses can linger. Players don't forget playoff collapses. They replay them. They analyze them. And sometimes, they quietly assign blame even if it's never spoken publicly. There's also been buzz about younger players feeling the pressure of the Cowboys' spotlight more than expected. Dallas isn't just another team. It's America's team. Every mistake gets magnified. Every sideline interaction gets dissected. Social media clips go viral within minutes. That constant scrutiny can amplify even minor disagreements into full-blown narratives. At the same time, some insiders are pushing back hard against the locker room drama storyline. They argue that what's being labeled as turmoil is actually competitiveness. That heated exchanges are normal in a team desperate to win. That strong personalities colliding isn't dysfunction, it's ambition. And honestly, there's truth to that. Championship teams aren't always calm and quiet. Sometimes they're loud. Sometimes they're uncomfortable. Growth often is. But here's where it gets interesting. Multiple league executives have quietly noted that Dallas is entering a defining stretch. With core players in their prime and major cap commitments on the books, the margin for error is shrinking. If the Cowboys don't make a deep postseason run soon, bigger structural changes could follow. And players know that. They feel the ticking clock. There's also the psychological element. When a team is talented enough to dominate in the regular season but consistently stumbles in the playoffs, self-doubt can creep in. Not publicly. Not in interviews. But internally. And once doubt enters a locker room, it can spread quickly. What makes this situation so compelling is that no one is openly fighting. There aren't shouting matches caught on camera. There aren't dramatic trade requests. Instead, it's subtle body language after losses, pointed comments in press conferences, passionate sideline moments that linger just a little longer than usual. It's the kind of tension you only recognize if you're looking closely. The Cowboys still have one of the most talented rosters in football. They still have star power at key positions. They still have a quarterback capable of big-time performances. But talent alone doesn't guarantee unity. And unity is often the hidden ingredient in championship runs. So what happens next? That depends on how the leaders respond. Dak Prescott's role is crucial. Micah Parsons' energy must stay focused. Veterans need to reinforce accountability without creating division. And the coaching staff must ensure that competitive fire doesn't turn into internal friction. The reality is this: locker room drama doesn't always explode overnight. Sometimes it simmers. Sometimes it pushes a team to evolve. Sometimes it forces hard conversations that ultimately strengthen bonds. The question is whether Dallas is heading toward breakthrough or breakdown. Around the NFL, teams are watching. Rivals are listening. Because if the Cowboys can channel this intensity into sharper execution and stronger cohesion, they could be dangerous. But if the whispers grow louder, if frustration turns into finger-pointing, this season could feel very long in Big D. At the end of the day, the truth probably lies somewhere in the middle. There's tension, but tension isn't always toxic. There's pressure, but pressure comes with championship aspirations. The Dallas Cowboys aren't falling apart. But they are at a crossroads. And in Dallas, crossroads don't stay quiet for long. Every move, every comment, every contract, every loss will either calm the narrative or fuel it further. The locker room drama may not be explosive yet, but it's real enough to raise eyebrows around the league. The coming weeks will reveal everything. Will this team rally together with renewed focus? Or will underlying frustrations resurface when adversity hits again? That's the story unfolding right now inside one of the NFL's most iconic franchises. Because in Dallas, it's never just football. It's expectation. It's legacy. It's pressure. And when that mix starts bubbling behind closed doors, you better believe the rest of the league is paying attention. What's really happening in the Cowboys locker room? We're about to find out.